So you're in the police and you're hoping to get promoted to sergeant, or maybe to inspector, or it could be lieutenant or captain or major or superintendent or chief inspector. It depends on where you are in the world. Now, but the one thing is, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, promotion boards are pretty consistent, and there are three big mistakes that I'm going to share with you in this video, and importantly, how to avoid them. But before we continue, who am I and why should you listen to anything I've got to say? My name is Brendan from Bluelight, and over the past 31 years, I've been coaching people just like you to succeed in promotion boards with a huge amount of success. I've got a great team of coaches around me now. Don't just take our word for it, though. We've got over 800 five-star glowing Trustpilot reviews from previous clients, not just for recruitment, but also for promotion. So let's dive in. So the first big mistake, oh, by the way, where did this come from? I was doing a one-to-one coaching call with one of our Academy members, Promotion Academy members, the other evening. This is where we guarantee a pass through one-to-one coaching, small group practice webinars. If you're interested, there's a link in the description below. Complete a form, submit it, take about 2 or 3 minutes. Just ask you like where you are, where you want to be, what you're struggling with, and we'll have a call and see if it's a good fit for you. If it's not, then great. If it is, then great. Anyway, let's dive in. So the first thing is they were going from police officer to sergeant, and the evidence that they were presenting of how they've done things in the past to meet questions like how have you in the past dealt with, or tell me about a time when, they're phrased in different ways, but we call them rear-facing questions. Now, all of his evidence was at the level of police officer. So he gave evidence of when he was a tutor for other police officers. It demonstrated he was a great tutor. He gave evidence of how he was a great family liaison officer for people who've passed away and the families. He's a brilliant family liaison officer. The thing is, they're not looking for tutor officers, and they're not looking for family liaison officers. What they're looking for is people who are capable of leading in the next rank, who are capable of putting these on his shoulders and leading the way. Now, the thing is, he's already a temporary sergeant, so he's got bags of evidence. So I don't know why he picked those examples, because, like I say, they just demonstrate that he's brilliant at his job or his previous role before he went temporary. So our evidence has to be at the right level. It's got to be pitched at the right level. And this is a big mistake that often gets made. Same for forward-facing questions. How in the future will you? You've got to pitch it at the right level. So you've got to understand the role of a sergeant or inspector or lieutenant or major or captain, whatever it might be. And you've got to pitch your evidence at that level. Make sense? All right, awesome. Number 2, detail. Talking too much about what you did or what you'll do, but not how you did it and how you'll do it in the future, and why you made the decisions that you made. This is so important. It doesn't matter what competency framework or occupational standards you're being assessed against. The marks, the points at the board are in the how and in the why. If you just talk about how you collaborated with partner agencies in order to produce an effective and efficient outcome, it sounds great, but it means nothing until you actually put the how and the why around it. So detail, 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 detail. So important. Number 3, value added. So some of the examples that our client gave were all examples of where he just followed policy, and he'd done a really good job in following policy. They're not looking for that. They're looking for people who can manage the difficult situations when policy might not apply. It's so complex that there's no real policy that's going to enable you to move through this complicated scenario. Or it may be that policy does apply, but not in this situation. You've got to go outside of policy. So what's your rationale for doing so? As long as you're not breaking the law, most police jurisdictions allow you to go outside of policy as long as you're not breaking the law and as long as you've got a rationale for doing so. Again, that goes back to the how and the why. So value added. What sort of value are you going to add? They want more than just people who are going to be able to follow policy. Like most police officers will be able to follow policy, but most police officers probably won't be able to make the difficult decisions when policy doesn't apply. So we need to focus on that value added. Is that making sense? All right, there's 3 mistakes. Actually, I talked about 3. There's more than that. There's a lot more than that, but I thought I'd just deal with 3 for this evening. Any more than 3, people tend to forget things. So 3 mistakes, there's how to avoid them. If the idea of joining our Academy program, where we'll guarantee the result for you, if you don't pass, we keep working with you. If you don't pass a second time, we'll give you a full refund. If that's appealing to you, then in the description below, there's a link to a form. Complete the form and we'll have a conversation. There's no obligation. You will learn something from that conversation in any case about your future promotion success chances. And if it's a great fit, we'll invite you to join our academy program. If it's not, we'll part as friends and we'll give you some amazing advice. How cool is that? Completely free. Anyway, it may even be me running that call or one of my colleagues. But anyway, in any case, I hope to see you sometime in the future. Hope this has been useful for you. Catch up with you next one.